Happy Thumbs Gaming. Big show.
Hey everybody, it's Brian with Happy Thumbs Gaming. Today we're checking out Lego The Hobbit Level 3 Azog The Defiler Free Play. Now, as we suggested earlier in our series, you're going to need Sauron and Saruman, man. And you're also going to need, well, to have completed the story if you want to do this all completely. So go ahead and complete the story. Get all of the free play requirements, including the 2x Red Brick, by following that. And follow along as we get all the 10 of the Minikits, the Blacksmith Designs / Schematic, and the 4 treasures. So, as per usual, we're going to just go ahead and destroy everything in sight and grab a handful of studs. Now you can see we already got the Master Burglar status on our first time around, so, you know, we're not too worried about it. But that 2x brick over on the left-hand side definitely helps out and gets us there a lot quicker. So we're going to start off on the left-hand side. We're going to go after treasure number 1, and we're going to pull out old Ori and his slingshot of awesomeness and drop 3 rocks into that little sack and crash down on the beehive. Luckily for us, none of the beeves come and attack us. We must be pretty cool, if you know what I'm saying. And here we're going to switch on over to Sam. We're going to kick it old school or future school, depending on your timeline here. And we're going to go ahead and grab the key that we dig up and use it on this box over on the right-hand side, which is right in front. Booyakashow, what is that? It looks like, I think it's a chamomile pot, I think is what they call it. And it's a ceramic pot, so I wouldn't suggest going around bashing everything in sight. But, you know what? I don't always preach, or I don't always do what I preach, or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. I don't always follow my own rules, let alone other people's. Okay, making our way up. We actually don't have any other specialty items right now, at least for a minute, until we get in this cave up top. So I'm going to go ahead and take this moment to go ahead and advise you over to HappyThumbsGaming.com. We actually have a whole section of trophy achievement guides. Depending on what platform you're playing on, I'm sure you'll find one of those useful. And basically, all those guides have all the information you need for all the achievements and trophies you could possibly imagine. And most of them, if needed, have videos for them as well. So, nice and handy. And most of them are written by Doug. We're starting to get a couple more guys helping out, and gals for that matter. And we appreciate all your support and all your hard work. So, look for more guides in the future. All right, you saw us switch to Saruman at the top of the hill there, and we blasted that silver gate, the Mithril gate, and we slid on into this little cave. So right off the bat on the left-hand side, we destroyed that statue, which was 1 of 3. Here is 2 of 3. Whee! Watch that last step. It's a doozy. And then we're going to head on over to the far left side. As you can see, there's a Minikit right there, but we're going to come back to that in a hot second. And the last statue is up in the far left corner up there. We probably could have targeted it and shot at it, but we're going to go ahead and make our way across and get up close and personal with the final one. But before we do that, we need to smash this crack on the left and switch on over to Bilbo. Or, I guess, anybody who can use the ring. But we're going to go ahead and use Bilbo and use the ring real quick to go into the other side and build up these white bricks. Once the bridge is built, you can get across. Watch out, though, because there is some spears that want to get acquainted with your lower area or your tuchus. And, all right, so this is a notable moment. This is not relevant to what we're doing right now, but it is relevant to later. This is 1 of 2 cranks that need to be cranked, and they will allow us to get the final treasure in this area. But we're going to go ahead and keep on keeping on. We're going to switch on over to a goblin, or anybody who can climb the wall in this case. And once we get to the top, we're going to smash and grab that Minikit for that last statue. And right next to it's Minikit number 2. So kind of like killing 2 birds with 1 stone getting up here. But we did a little prep work to get that first one, so not quite the same. Now we're just going to make our way back on, around, and over. And this time we're going to hang out. We weren't quite sure what we were doing here at first. But we're going to hang out on the chain here in a little bit. In fact, we might just leave him there the whole time, huh? Why not? I thought it might have been a double downer, but nope. And we are going to grab that Minikit and head on over to the right-hand side because there's a couple of items of interest over here as well. First off being the Minikit, you can see glowing up in the kind of middle left area there. You can switch to an elf or somebody with a bow. I guess you could probably have to be an elf because I don't think anybody else can swing on the arrows. But then we're going to tight rope it all the way to the back. Shout out to Joey, who was actually here when this happened. So Sir Snug Trouser herself, sorry, Joey, himself was actually here when I was doing a little tight pants tight roping. And it was funny because he had never heard that expression before. He knows all about tight pants and all about us making fun of him for wearing tight pants, which he does not do, for the record. I'll just state that now. But, all right, we made it all the way around on the top right. And despite Joey being here or not being here, we did use that crank, and we cranked the second handle, and that allowed us to get that second chain. So before moving to the chains and going to hang out for a while, let's switch on over to Sauron, whatever, your preference, tomato, it doesn't matter to me. But we grabbed that next mini kit, 5 out of 10, and then we're going to head for the treasure. So doesn't matter who you hang out on with. But like I said, I left old Bilbo there hanging out, didn't I? And that pulls, but when both of them are pulled, it spins this little, I don't know what it is, cement block around, and then it allows us to get in there and get that third treasure. So, again, we're not too worried about studs, but at the same time, we have a problem, so we must grab all of them. And we're going to make it back out into the first area. And one item that we kind of missed, or I don't know if we did it on purpose or not, but we need to get some arrows, or actually I don't think we need to even put them there. We just need to swing up with an elf and get to mini kit number 6, which is up at the top there. So, booyakashow, we're just gaining serious ground in short amounts of time. And then we're going to proceed now with the rest of the story. I did bump this speed up just a wee bit more than usual just for this next section because there was like 2 minutes of like nothing. So I made it like a minute and a half of nothing. So you're welcome. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I fail tremendously on those green ones, the ones that are really small in the middle. Just not quick enough. I think I got the timing right, and I hit it, and it's always off. Just a little bit delayed, always. So, all right, now we're making our way all the way down to the bottom. Like I said, we're just doing the story stuff here. And, yeah, hey, if you're wanting to hurry up and get to the next collectible, now would be a good time for me to bring up the quick links down below in the video description. So if you're looking for, maybe you only need the treasures. There's only one left, but if you needed that one, you could go below and hit treasure number 4, and it'll take you to that one, so you don't have to sit here and waste your time. Now, we did give the apple to the horsey, and that cued a cutscene, which we have removed. Not sure if I mentioned that or not, but this video is slightly sped up, and we have removed all cutscenes for a free play, because that's what we do. So I'm getting my my butt kicked over here. I don't know what a bad guy has to do to just get some free space and use this save statue, but it was pretty hectic, man. Kind of embarrassing just getting owned. And what about a bad guy getting some love from his fellow bad guys? I know they're not the same group of bad guys, but, like, we're all bad together, right? I remember in Lord of the Rings, you used to get attacked when you were the bad guy, and I think Batman, too, as well. But, all right, switching over to Sam, because he can light some fires. Little pyromaniac Sam gonna burn down this flag here. But the good news is they don't call the cops. We don't get in trouble, but we do get a mini kit, so it all works out. Children, don't try that at home. Please do not burn any flags or anything for that matter. Keep the lighters for the older people. Right? All right, enough of that after-school special talk there. We'll go ahead and move on now that we can move into the next area. And once we do, let's see here. We're going to go ahead and see that silver box in the back right over there? That's what we're after. Since it's made of mithril parts, we're going to need somebody who can destroy those bricks. So we're going to switch on over to Saruman. Saruman? I don't know. Like I said, how about the old and grumpy dude? That's the one. Choose the old, white, grumpy dude. And I mean white because this is white hair. Come on now. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and... yeah, grab that treasure if we can get a break there. But that happens to be the final treasure there, so we can go ahead and move along on to the next item, which actually isn't for, I don't know, a couple minutes. So we have to get these guys in these towers to come out. I thought about just cutting these out, but I know you guys like seeing everything and making sure that you don't miss anything and all that. So I know I cut the cutscenes out, but you guys don't miss those. We get a couple of these little rolling towers that are coming in. And basically, we need to take them out. I kept getting shot from above, and for some reason, I thought that we could target the archers, the arrowers. I was going to call them arrowers. And anyways, we were going to target... Ooh, nice shorts. We wear shorts. But you can't target the arrowers, so I go ahead and keep on keeping on and go back to destroying the rest of the bottom stuff. Now, once we destroy the big dude and his wall behind him, we can actually pull out those bouncy blocks and build them up into a grapple and then pull the grapple. You can see I've already built them. I just need to switch on over to my human tetherball and pull them on down. So we're going to do that right now, except for I totally fail. See, I tried to target those guys again and go for them, but nope. The errors get to live yet longer. That's right, I'm talking in Middle-earth talk. And all right, so we took out the 2 archers, and then great, here comes another tower. So as if we didn't see this coming, we got another big Billy Bad booty over here. Double heads on his back. That can't mean anything good. Might want to. I would imagine those were probably ingrown hairs or zits or something. So hopefully he YouTubes it when he pops them. No, I'm just kidding. That's disgusting. We've all seen and been tricked into viewing those videos once or twice. So. Anyways, moving along, we're going to take out a couple more arrowers now that we took out the big dude. And last but not least is just the old crack there. So we'll double down with some dwarfs here. Grab our partner Do-si-do. Look at me just flinging this thing around. Whee! Whee! So I need to kill the 3 gold dudes. And I'm just like not catching on to the fact that I need to take out that crack. And here we go, finally. And then blam, here comes the 3 dudes, the 3 gold coutiers. I'll take those guys out with a couple of rapid button presses here coming up right now. And let's see here. Once we get these 3 dudes, we can go ahead and move on to the actual battleground where we actually take out Azog the Azul. You guys remember that Azul from, wasn't it Azul? Am I tripping? From Ghostbusters? Anyway, speaking of Ghostbusters, rumors are that there is going to be potentially a Lego Ghostbusters game coming out soon. Maybe even relevant to the 3 movies. So I'm not saying I know anything, but as we grab Minikit 8 there by smashing the crack with an axe, you know, maybe have sweet dreams about the possibilities of a Lego Ghostbusters. I still want to see Lego Back to the Future. I know there's a lot of newer stuff that could be cool and that a lot of people want to see, but, you know, I think my 2 favorite ones that would be fun right now are Lego Back to the Future and Lego Hunger Games. I know that's new, and I was just saying older, but that's a good one. All right, on the right-hand side, you can see I used Sam to go ahead and dig up some stuff, and then all of a sudden this airmail came in. It was kind of funny. Here I am talking about Hunger Games, and in comes this floating package. If you've seen the Hunger Games or read the books, there's definitely some relevance to what I just said and that. So who knows? Maybe that was even a teaser and I hit the timing on it perfectly. Doubtful, but you don't really see that. Think about the older Lego games. Not a lot of parachuted items coming in, huh? All right, so we make our way all the way to the back. And we see that there's this little room we can't get into without switching into something evil. So we switch into Sauron, the Necromancer. And slide in there and grab the schematic. So all that's left is the last Minikit, which is number 10. And it's actually right here, right in front of us as well. There are 5 kind of silverish bronze. I don't know. I guess they're not bronze, but they're kind of grayish blocks. I just targeted the second one and shot it in the back. So we got 2 of 5 now. And here's another 2 more. 1 on the front right, 1 on the right. And Boikashao, 4 of 5. And the last one's going to be over here on this left ledge. Now, word to the wise, don't spend too much time trying to get up there to get this. Here in a second, after you attack Azog for the first time, he actually jumps up there and a big rock comes down, and you actually have to hammer that rock into this little pillar here, and then it slides down the pathway. But you can't move that until you get that other rock. So I switched to an elf, which I happen to already be, and I can jump up there because I got hops. Who says elves can't jump? But that's actually it. That's all 10 of the Minikits. We do have a couple more minutes of video here, and we're going to go ahead and complete the battle and, I don't know, talk about whatever. Why don't you write in? Tell us what you want to talk about in the next dead time. I don't know. Let's see here. We're just going to spam the buttons and take out Azog the Ahole. That's right. Azul. Azul? Azog, what is he? Oh, he's the Defiler. That's right. I don't know why I thought that was... It sounds better. It rhymes kind of, or just kind of, I don't know. Anyways, we're making our way along here. He's not thrilled about this. Here's that rock that I promised earlier that we need to get our smash on with the hammer smash. So we can use Dwalin or Thrain, or I'm not sure if you guys have collected any of the bigger Mithril. I'm sure there's a Mithril axe or some sort of something or other you can use. But yeah, so just make your way around. If you guys haven't watched our story mode, basically all you have to do is just fight Azog 3 different times, and each time you just have to press these QTEs, or the quick time event buttons, on the right time, and then spam them. If you do it right, you'll go a lot faster. If you don't, you'll just continue to get smacked and have to do it again. So eventually, I'm sure you'll get really good at QTEs if you're failing. But now we got him down twice. He's going to move over to the far right side and knock some stuff down, and then he hops over to the back left up high. So you know what? We're not worried about him. We can actually get over there with our human tetherball here once we get up. Well, we actually have to use him to get up there too. So we'll switch on over to Dory. Most people don't know this, but I have a little sister named Dory, and yeah, she's pretty awesome. But she is not a human tetherball. If I recall, she was actually pretty good at tetherball. Might have to get a little challenge going here and see who wins, who the human tetherball really is, huh, Dory? I don't know if you're watching, but what up? I'm down. I'm down if you wanna accept the challenge. Let's do it. All right. Enough family matters there. We'll move along, and we'll take out Azog for the final time, and then head on into the total screen. So again, all cutscenes have been removed, and we will continue to do so as we go through the free play. So Azog the Defiler down, and we can move along. And oh, look at that, a little bonus reward, an Orc Berserker. So I was curious as to how we were going to get the rest of those characters unlocked, but you know, I always ask Doug that kind of stuff, but he just goes, read the guide, man, read the guide. I didn't write it so you could ask me a question. So I tend not to ask questions like that, and sometimes the guide doesn't detail everything. Like, I didn't know that Buddy was going to be given to me, but I do know that if I beat free play 100%, that I will have everything I need. So you know what? We both win that scenario. And look at that. The Blacksmith Design, a.k.a. the Schematic, is now ours. And, hey, it looked kind of like something I was just referring to a minute ago, huh? Might be able to use that to get your hammer smash on. All 10 Minikits are officially ours for level 3, and we can bank a few studs for doing just that. And we also get rewarded with a few Mithril Bricks, as always. So what do you guys think? You guys think you guys want to see me quit at the end when I get the final Minikit, or do you like seeing me get all the way to the end and seeing the total screen and all of that stuff? We are curious. We would like to know. And, you know, why don't you comment down below and tell us? That's right. I'm giving you a direct order. HTG Brian tells you to comment down below. No, I'm just playing. I'm not ridiculous like that. Could you imagine? All right. That's going to wrap it up for Lego The Hobbit Level 3, Azog the Defiler Free Play. All 10 Minikits, all 4 treasures, the schematic, and hopefully a smile. Maybe. I don't know. But, yep, that's pretty much it. So I'm going to encourage you to head on over to our Facebook, maybe our Twitter, and even our YouTube. If you have not subscribed, we encourage you to do so. We have lots of videos, almost one every day, if not 2 or 3 a day. And if you have any requests or anything like that, we're all about it. And, you know, you can head over to Facebook. Sometimes I fumble my words. But head on over to Facebook, tell us about it. Request those games, request a guide. Maybe you want to write a guide. Tell us. We'll work something out. HappyThumbsGaming.com is available too. Check us out. You know, we got 30,000 plus subscribers on YouTube as of this recording, and only a small portion of you guys are making it over to our other avenues. And we're trying to encourage you guys by giving you contests and stuff. So hopefully you guys will take advantage and have some nice Happy Thumbs winnings in the near future. And maybe even send us some pictures to show us your garb. Garb, I mean by winnings, not anything else. We don't want pictures of anything wrong or disgusting or demented. So, to the yeah. I'm flapping now. It's been a long day, and just going to continue. Hopefully we'll get to level 4 sooner than later. And much love to all you guys. As always, until next time.